Hello there everybody, Subordinate2 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Dies Irae Amantes Amentes. In the last episode, it would appear that I have committed a grievous sin comparing Reinhard to Ainz. Apparently I have downplayed Reinhard, and I deeply apologize for that. Still, I go over. Alright, so we had a very interesting confrontation. And by confrontation, it was an incredibly one-sided encounter. Ren, Shiro, and Tubal Cain versus Rifa. Who just... Regardless, he just won. He didn't even have to try on that one. Then again, this is the divine vessel that we're talking about, after all. But... other than that... Ren finally collapsed after all of the stress. I'm not entirely sure if their chances would have been a lot better if Ren and Shiro were at full power. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe? Might have changed things a little bit around, but who knows? Anyway, now then, let us momentarily chance upon one another at the boundary of dreams.
問い1、君にとって最古の記憶とは何だろう?
Me crawling on the floor and going underneath my crib to grab a Thomas the Tank Engine foot thing.
思い出を時系列通りに並べる作業はどうしてなかなかたやすくない。幼年期、少年期、青年期、壮年期、老年期に至ればあとは死期。そうしたくくりで雑把に分けることはできるだろう。だが一つの期間を細分化しようと試みれば、途端にあやふやとなっていく。弱いを重ねれば重ねるほど、それが困難になっていく。ならば問いに、君の年齢はいくつだろう?
I'm currently 27 and I turned 28 this year.
バカな質問だと笑うかな。しかしよく考えてみるがいい。
I don't know, it just seems like a kind of standard question. Unless you ask that to a woman. In which case you're not supposed to do that, that's a golden rule.
己が誕生した瞬間の曜日年月、その日を正確に記憶している者が果たしてこの世にいるだろうか。結局皆、親を名乗る何者かに教えられただけではないのかね。お前はいつ何時生まれたと、そう言われたからそう信じているだけではないのかね。ゆえに問い3、君の親とは誰だろう。名前だけ聞いている、顔も声も知らないどこかの誰か。その程度の認識しか君にはなく、特にこれといった考えもない相手だろう。ではこうとも言えることになる。そんな者らはいないも同じ。君には親というものがない。
No, I'm pretty sure I've got parents.
だから4つ目の問いを投げよう。君は何だ?
I am a bizarre sorcerer of the cliffs.
最古の記憶を選べず暴漠。己が年齢を証明できず、親の存在すら模倣として曖昧。
Okay, see, now you're putting words in my mouth. And now you're denying the existence of my own family. What the hell, man?
そんな君は一体何だ?
That doesn't describe me, though.
藤井蓮などという記号にすがられては困る。世には例えば私のように、それを売るほど持っている者もいるのだからね。
Okay, but fair enough, fair enough.
Okay. カール・クラフトという私は黒煙卓を作ったが、要するにそれ用のパルスを指すものでしかない。君がすがるそんなものは、この国この時代に生きる少年としてのパルス。たかだか十数年前にかぶせられ、故に状況が変われば脱ぎ捨てるだけの衣に過ぎない。春と冬では装いも変わろう。日常と非日常では人生も変わろう。 人生が変われば以前の己など別人に過ぎない。わかるだろうか、君の真実。ザラトゥストラ・ユーバーメンシュ。
Oh, is it pronounced Ubermensch? I've always pronounced it Ubermensch.
君は私の
Wakey, wakey! Feeling someone call out to me, I hastily woke up.
Oh.
Oh, this is a familiar sight. Or so I had thought, but I was wrong.
ここ
What surrounded me wasn't even reality. It was the twilight shoreline I had seen in my dreams countless times before. I was standing within Marie's world.
は。
I got up and looked around. I didn't see anyone else, and all I heard was the roar of the sea. What happened to Marie? Where did she...
そもそも人の死とは何なのだろ
Oh!
う。老いや病による肉体機能の低下、外傷を受け損壊した体が鼓動を止めて停止する。死とはそれか？どう思うね？
The sudden voice reverberating throughout the surroundings made me grimace and grab my head. I looked around once more, but still didn't see a single person nearby. Was I just hearing things? Was it an auditory hallucination? What the hell?
違うと私は考える。なぜなら知る限り人の子は不死なのだから。アダムとイブのそれではないよ。知恵の実を食した現在により神の子である質が劣化したというあの説も嫌いではないがね。蛇の誘惑が事の発端であるあたりなどなかなか好みだと言ってもいい。だが違うのだ。すべては円環。終わりは始まるに帰るということ。心臓が止まったその瞬間、刹那の誤差もない全く同時にそれは再生を開始するのだ。子宮の中で。あらゆる個人は唯一無二の己として唯一無二の己を繰り返す。朝は4本、昼は2本、夜は3本足の生物。太陽は回るだろう。ならば次の夜明けには昨晩3本足だった老人が4本足の赤子に戻る。そういうことだよ。人は同じ生を繰り返すのだ。まさしく不死と言って構わない。わかるかな？そう思うだろう。
Well, I mean... kind of just... The source of the voice paid no heed to my reactions and continued speaking as it willed. Even though some of the lines were questions, he clearly didn't expect me to answer. If this phenomena wasn't just my imagination, this guy either had it in his nature, or was simply messing around. Probably both. As I tried to guess which one of those it was, he continued his babbling.
そこで興味深い疑問が生まれる。人の子は不死、刹那の誤差もなく朝と夜とを繰り返すなら、死後という概念がなくなる。つまり霊体、成仏なり昇天なり地の極なり何でもいい。そこへ旅立ちないし落ち、あるいはこの世にとどまる死者の霊など存在しないという結論になる。魂は肉体とともに回帰し続けているのだからね。それのみが別に行動する可能性は本来皆無であるとわかるだろう。だが無論古代から数えきれぬほど記録されてきた心霊の現象を頭から否定しているわけではないよ。私もそういう学問をいささかながら収めている身だ。あれはあれで間違いではない。
You know the funny thing with the way his voice is echoing? I feel like I'm in a lecture hall listening to a teacher go on about a philosophy of some sort. And I'm just furiously trying to take notes as much as I can.
ただ正確に捉えていないというだけだ。 一般に霊と言われるものは残留した思念、心が残したい。その願いがルールとなって己が渇望を映し出す映写機を創造した結果なのだよ。
And now that I said that, I'm just imagining Mercury standing in front of a podium with all of the LDO members just sitting in the middle of the crowd, getting either pissed off, falling asleep, or just losing by, just like, what the fuck, can somebody shut this guy up? And Reinhardt just kind of sitting in his little throne off to the side, just chuckling, watching the torment of his members go, just unfold, and it was great, just enjoying himself.
故に広く認識されている霊とやらは単一のことしかできない虚像、自我など持たぬ渇望の影、魂の残像と言って構わない。わかるかね。本来の意味にのっとる霊体など存在し得ないということが。すると矛盾した例外が思い浮かんでくるだろう。彼女はなぜ
Adi. Suddenly there was a shift in the surrounding. The evening sky stayed the same, but instead of a barren shoreline, I now stood on the scene of an execution and saw a certain girl get dragged up to the woods of justice.
マリ。
I was likely witnessing her final moments, born under the guillotine and fated to die under its blade. Yes, die. This was certainly the way her life ended.
ならば理に従って再び罪深き母の子宮に回帰せねばならない。
Before I knew it, I was part of the crowd observing Marie's execution. While the weight and field of vision of my body was no different than before, my clothes looked somewhat medieval. I began to question my identity. I had my looks, but felt like I was someone else, which gave me an indescribable sensation of nausea.
アレッサンドロ・ディカリオストロ。私はこの日、彼女を見ていた。
Some whim or caprice drew him to the scene. It wasn't foreknowledge that compelled him to take the trip, but a premonition of something unable to make his whole body shiver. Marie whispered while standing on the scaffold, looking up at the distant firmament. They were likely the first and final words she spoke as a human being. Marguerite Bruil, the jewel of Saint Malo, a flower made to wither under the weight of the guillotine. A girl fated to loop back into the infant born under the very same woods of justice. Except...
私はずっとここにいるのね。
She broke free of the framework.
初めて見たよ、そんなものを。
Marie surpassed the law of eternal recurrence and stayed behind as a spirit, an impossible phenomena. Her state of being was downright irregular.
私が流れ出させた渇望を超える。完全な敗北だよ。膝を折るしかあるまい。なぜそんなことがなどとは考えもしなかったし、どうでもよかった。父母の特進的な行い、笑い話にもならんよ。私のルールはそんな程度で崩れはしない。神などいないと知っているのだからね。道をあれと意志を流れ出させた身としては、九段の父母が行った愚挙ごとき別段私に対する冒涜ではない。
Then why?
言っただろう。どうでもよいよ。彼女は私より強かった。それで良いのではないのかな。理解の及ばぬものを納得できる理屈にはめて、その生成を貶めつつ安堵する。くだらん。それこそが冒涜だろう。
ゆえにわかるかな、私の大体。本来ならば新たな光が生まれた時点で旧秩序は一掃されてしかるべき。そもそも私はそれを苦しいほど望んでいた。
しかし、押村君、 彼女の想像は内に向く。どうしたいではなく、どうありたいという渇望なのだ。レオンハルトと言ったかな。あれと同種だと思えばいい。
波動に対する愚動、創造の異界はその2種に分かれ、流出の異界はそれが流れ出し世界法則を書き換える。だが愚動の質は己一人が完全永遠となるだけで、その他一切に影響を及ぼさん。
波動がいるのだ。この基地感を残らず洗い流すために。そうした意味で彼女は私の望む存在ではなかったと言える。だがね、一体これまでどれだけ待ち望んでいたかわかるまい。今後再びこれほどの魂と出会える保証などないのだよ。そして無論言うまでもなく、彼女が私以上であるという敬意の気持ちが何より強い。率直な人情としてお近づきになりたいと思うのは道理だろう。だからあなたに恋をした。恥をかいたよ。笑いたまえ。愚者を絵に描いたような告白だ。
It's okay. Could work a little bit better.
あなたにひざまずかせていただきたい、花よ。だがそれでよし、後悔はない。これが偽らざる私の本音だったのだから、何をか言わんや、胸を張ろう。いずれ必ず、私が必ずあなたを解き放ってみせると誓う。あなたは新世界を包む女神の器だと認めるゆえに迷いはない。理解したかね、ザラトゥストラ。黒煙卓もそして君も私が彼女に捧げる貢ぎ物だ。これより130年経った後、ドクロの帝国で究極の波動を見出した時に全ての絵図は完成した。
You know, maybe instead of tributing an entire war or something like that, maybe you just give her some flowers or something? It's kind of I don't know, chocolates might work, but... I don't know.
君こそ私の役割だ。彼女に私の愛を伝えてくれ。
Oh. Just straight up telling him.
震えよ。これ以上の栄誉はあるまい。
俺は
As I struggled to follow his speech, I became dumbfounded. Me? He is on an Irae.
バカな。
I couldn't accept that. I was a complete person with a will of my own.
震える想念を込められて意志を持つに至った器が聖なる遺物。そこに何の違いがある。人とは肉体、精神、魂の三位一体。比して聖なる遺物とは器の意志が他者の魂を略奪する三位一体。
Shit, that's gotta be a hell of a thing, right? That'll just tear you apart. Am I even a real person?
つまり疑似的な人なのだよ。魔人機。私が錬成した新種の生命体と言ってよい。
Which, if he's on an Irae, technically wouldn't that mean if he died then Mercure... Wait. That's debatable.
わかるかな
My
この
head.
人が他者の魂を奪い取り数百数千と内に混沌させる行いは彼らの回帰を妨害している所業に他ならん。黒煙卓の総柄しかり、それを滑る獣しかり、その総群は魂の円環運動を止めている。無限に死者を飲み込み続け、膨れ上がる屍によりできた世界が我が盟友の増する城。本来存在しないはずの地獄という概念の具現化だ。いわく修羅道。 死しても無限によみがえるエインフェリアが英語を殺し合い続けるバルハラこそが彼の世界。それは例えるなら決戦だ。怪奇の流れをせき止め続け、その限り巨大化していくベルトール。ならば一体どうなると思うね。弾け飛ぶ。そう、弾け飛ぶのだよ、血管が。その時現行宇宙は死に至り、旧秩序は一掃される。つまり波動だ。歓喜は飽和し溢れ出し、流れいずり征服して書き換える。その時こそが怒りの日。ぶつかれ彼と。彼女をもって流出に至れ。私の基地感を洗い流し、新たに芽吹く世界が見たい。子は善、善は子。凡夫の盛しい偏境さなど、彼女の光で吹き飛ばすがいい。己こそが世界であると強くそう信じるのだよ。でなくば到底黄金には太刀打ちできない。
Damn.
君は私の写しみなのだ。他の誰より生異物を操ることに長けている。故に理解しているだろう。
Falling silent and ridding himself for his next words, the voice. No. Cagliostro. Or rather, the vice commander of the Obsidian Round Table, Karl Kraft, ended his talk in a praising and gesture-like manner. He seemed like someone blessing another with a proverb.
カドケウスは切れぬ、立てぬ、引き裂けぬ。今再び前にも増して強く深く絡み合え。より完成へと近づくため生まれ変わるのだよ。私の大体、私の息子よ。
Just then, the voice, the presence in the Malaise, everything allowing me to feel him, retreated like an ocean wave, leaving behind only the boundless twilight.
俺が
Having a existential crisis. I was the Ananerbe he fathered, and he was my parent creator. His words destroyed all of the identity I had cultivated over the years and left me silently standing in the sand. Within the echoing sea roars, I felt like I could hear a familiar refrain. Marie, what should I do with you? If he spoke the truth, everything, my feelings, my choices, and the road I thought I had walked by my own will was without meaning. I was just a puppet created to bring forth the emanation of hegemony, or whatever. My anger, sadness, suffering, and hostility towards the bastards, born out of a simple wish to not let anyone die. Not to mention what I felt about you. All of these were true feelings without an inch of falsehood in them, but I no longer knew their source. Even so, I couldn't just give up, but even that was probably within the palm of his hand. What is there for me to believe in? What should I turn to? What should be my core? Please tell me, Marie. What should I do with you?
あなたに恋をした。
The man's honest words, lacking even the slightest hint of pretense, made her stiffen with surprise.
あなたにひざまずかせていただきたい、花よ。
Though she had trouble processing what was going on, Marie felt somehow happy. The man before her was surely unlike any other, a being beyond anything she knew and a person who would teach her many things. She'd always found his company enjoyable. After all, even though his smile was ever present, he was the only one to talk to her with such a homely expression. Cagliostro's presence had always filled Marie with gentle sensations, ones that made her feel like she had someone to confide in, or that she was being treasured. She couldn't deny the truth of the comfort behind it all. But now she knew that things weren't exactly as she had imagined. What she felt was like filial imprinting, the blind love of a baby bird. The first individual she saw became special to her. Nothing more. As a person with no experience in human interaction, Marie considered him and his amity to be the most significant thing of all. And it was only natural that she would, as she had no one to compare him to. However, she recently came to know and experience countless other things, such as fear, pain, and the bittersweet feeling weighing down on her chest. Marie gained a lot of things she wanted to see and learn, and countless sensations she wished to experience and share. But she also acknowledged the presence of the ominous despair they had to strain themselves to avoid, and the threat they had to overcome no matter the cost. She now knew the fear of having something taken away, and the pain when it slipped through the fingertips. In exchange for learning many things, she came to understand what it meant to lose them, and became aware of the determination needed to protect them. Due to all the fresh knowledge within her, the expression Ren had on his face saddened Marie to no end. The things he gave her, the bliss and the pride, were pleasantly melting her heart even now. She felt apologetic for calling him Cagliostro's replacement, and for ever saying that he and Ren were alike. It couldn't have been farther from the truth.
けど
His strong eyes, filled with unshakable determination, were slightly wavering. He was like a lost child, seeking something that made him complete as his own person. Marie felt as if she was looking at her past self.
俺は誰なんだよ。どうしたらいいんだ。やらなきゃいけないことは分かってる。分かってるさ。今さら引けない。選択肢がないんだよ。そうするしかないんだから迷ってるわけでもない。ただ。
He was unable to assert that his actions stemmed from his own will. Both his desire and the life Marie had led thus far were one-way roads, paths without options. However, he was now unable to confirm the validity of the will from which it all originated, beginning to fear the results it would bring about.
私ね、レンに聞きたいことがあるの。
She wanted to make him aware, get him to know just how much she treasured him, make him understand how much she believed his will. But more than all of that, she wanted to get him to believe her.
私のことが邪魔じゃない？
Marie was the source of the irregularity mixed into his everyday. She herself represented the extraordinary life he so despised.
怖くて、痛くて、苦しいよね。全部やめて、なかったことにしたいよね。わかるよ。私、やっとわかった。
Ren's ordinary life was one filled with friends and classmates, while his extraordinary life was one filled only with the stench of blood. It needn't be said which one of them he found dear and precious. Even Marie found beauty in his ordinary life, and felt fear as she involved herself in his battle. She wanted to become the fifth, to laugh along with everyone else. That fervent wish of hers helped her understand just how much she poisoned his life. So,
私なら泣いちゃうよ。恨み事が言いたいよ。だってこんなのひどすぎるよ。俺が何をしたんだって、お前なんか関係ないって怒って文句を言って関わりたくない。それが当たり前だし、それが普通。
why was he so...
どうして私に優しいの？
Why wasn't he blaming her?
どうして？
Why was he blaming himself instead?
教えてレン。ちゃんと聞くから。
Blood and fighting scared her. Getting punched was painful, and she certainly didn't want to get killed. And killing another was a burden heavier than most. Ren began to doubt if he would be able to return to his past life. He felt like his every day would stay warped forever. Marie believed herself to be the one who changed him like that.
レンは私を 逆に変えたよ。でもそれって仕返し？
When she came to know his every day, she felt burdened by the weight of her own hopelessness. Indeed, one might easily call it revenge.
違うよね。そんなんじゃないよね。
Though even if he did, Marie was grateful for it. By teaching her all these wonderful things, he gave her the greatest present imaginable. Cagliostro once said that Ren was but a necklace, a gift he dedicated to her. In her eyes, it couldn't have been any more false. Ren Fuji was definitely not an object.
別に。
Looking lost, he cast his eyes down and spoke with hesitation. It almost felt like he was making excuses for something.
別に俺は何も考えてなかったよ。そんな余裕なかったんだ。状況が目まぐるしく変わりすぎて深く考えてる暇はなかった。ただじっとしてるわけにはいかないし、あとはその都度単に俺は。
Ren didn't want to die, and had people he wanted to keep alive. Taking any other route wasn't an option for him.
結局利用したんだよ。当面君のことが必要だから機嫌取ってただけかもしれない。
Oh, don't say that, man.
嘘だよ。
そうかな。そうかもしれないけど、そういう打算も確実にあったと思うよ。マリーがいなけりゃ俺は無力だ。愛想つかされるわけにはいかないだろ。
でも
Ren dedicated concern to her state of being. If he only intended to use her as a tool, he would have never went that far.
あんまり頭良くないからさ、卑屈なこと言う気もないけど。
You still treated her like a person, though. With a self-mocking, wry smile on his face, Ren heaved a light sigh. Just from that simple action, Marie could sorely understand that he was struggling to keep his feelings in check for her sake. Deep inside, the boy was so perplexed he wanted to scream it all out. And again, I can't really blame him.
やっぱり少しおかしいのかな。特別フェミニストなつもりもなかったけど、普通は文句の一つや二つ言うか。桜井やルサルカにはマジで怒るもんな、俺。
そうだよ。
じゃあ言っていいかな。
言って。
Marie readied herself to take on any of his complaints or vilifications, and hear out anything else that made him uneasy. She thought she could lessen his burden that way.
できることなら何でもするよ。何でも受け止めてあげるから。
Her words both surprised and perplexed him.
あのさ、マリ。
Suddenly, Ren took her into his arms.
その空気読めないところは本当にどうかと思う。
Oh my god. My primary cause of worry about Marie had always been her purity and the naivety that made her unable to consider how other people would react to her words and actions. Seriously, I'll do anything was not a phrase a girl should say with a straight face. It was downright dangerous.
あれ
Her shock and confusion was the ultimate proof of her oblivious nature.
俺は怖いよ、マリ。
Look at that sad smile. That characteristic of hers compelled me to show her my weaker side, the one I'd never showed to anyone else.
自分の気持ちの元が見えない。それがどこから生まれたのか自信が持てない。
I treasured Marie, and her warmth was dear to me. But were those feelings really mine? I wanted to assert that they were, but didn't see the means of confirming it.
いろいろ考えたよ。言い訳探した。さっき言ったことだって嘘じゃない。
To make it through the carnage I was suddenly thrown into, I treated Marie like I would hone a convenient weapon. There was no denying that forming a relationship of mutual trust with her was necessary for me to gain more power. I wanted to use that selfishness of mine as a shield to seal away some of the other feelings budding within me. The urges scared me. I was afraid of an attraction I couldn't describe.
理屈じゃ説明できない何か、そういうのって操られてる気がするだろ。
I tried to resolutely cling to that unfalsified logic. I felt like it would help me confirm that I'm myself, but
マリーが変なこと言うからぶっ壊れちまっただろ。どうすんだよ。
this poor dude just needs a really nice hug.
俺、何を信じればいいんだよ。
I said something extremely pathetic and so meek that even I felt disgusted. Anyone hearing me would surely think I'm an idiot. At the very least, most women would definitely look down on me. I know I would if I was Marie. I was acting way too pitiable. But even while acknowledging that fact, I was still troubled by questions about my own identity.
俺は奴の道具なのか。一番古い記憶ってどれだよ。俺の年はいくつだよ。俺は誰だ。
That's something that you can't just casually brush away, you know?
なんで今まで自分のルーツに何の興味もなかったんだよ。おかしいだろ。親がいないんだぜ。普通調べようとかするよな。それが当たり前だよな。
And yet all this time I'd been alive. Like a character designed to be like that. I was completely indifferent about anything relating to my origin. I was thrown into this ludicrous mess of a situation and my whole world did a perfect 180. But I didn't even spare a single moment to think about what I really was.
わけわかんねえ。誰だよこいつ。頭おかしいだろ。狂ってるよ。
No normal human would think like that. Only a fictional character from some third-grade movie. I'm a complete person with a will of my own? Give me a break. What the hell was my will anyway? A few lines of code? What a sick joke. Okay, now I'm just getting to the point where I think Mercurius is the one who wrote this novel at this point. Actually, now that I think about it, that's probably not too far off. Mercurius, what the hell?
何順応してるんだ。ありえないだろ。いきなり殺されかけて巻き込まれてちょっと悩んだようなポーズ取れば殺すことにも躊躇なしかよ。絶対おかしい。普通じゃない。そんなただの学生がいるわけない。
Not to mention it took me 2 or so weeks to reach the level of a murderer with over 60 years of experience and thousands of corpses behind them. Sakurai called me a genius while the rest of them called me the substitute to Carl Croft. A real monster. An Unanerbe made to wield Unanerbe. A being far more skilled at their use than anyone else. I now knew too much to deny that reality. What was I to believe in that would help me retain myself?
私を信じて。
Marie's embrace kept me from collapsing to my knees.
あなたが必要だと思う。私を信じて。私の気持ちは私のものだよ。レンが自分を分からなくても、私があなたを分かってる。あなたがいて嬉しい。あなたに会えて嬉しい。だからあなたと一緒にいたいよ。ねえ、これも信じられない？
けど
Wasn't it only because she saw me as his replacement?
レンとあの人は違うよ。
Marie spoke with no hesitation, as if to hastily lessen my fears.
ごめんね。いっぱい。本当にごめんね。彼の代わりになってくれとか、すごいバカにしてるよね。ごめんなさい。だからこれは、それを取り繕うための言い訳じゃないよ。私はレンがいい。レンを選ぶの。
Aww.
カリオストロは大事。特別だし、感謝もしてる。でもあの人は、さっきレンが言ったみたいな見方しかしてないの。
Cagliostro's nature resembled me when I tried and failed to prove that I wasn't just his puppet. She slowly explained what she implied.
確固として健全な選択にすがる。あの人はそういう人だよ。説明できない引力なんて一度も感じたことがないはずの人。だから今のレンは全然彼と違ってるよ。
I was unable to think as he did, and could pathetically lose confidence in myself. I was able to lose sight of what I had to do, and could easily be controlled by my impulses. But she said that those negatives were part of what made me, me.
それって褒められてんのかな？
I mean, yeah. I put on a wry, self-deprecating smile, to which she replied with,
私はそっちの方がいいよ。だってね、私も同じだから。説明できない気持ちがあるから。
and both of us were able to contradict ourselves. I honestly didn't expect her to answer like that. I never imagined that she could ever say something like this.
カリオストロ、殴ってやりたいよ。
She put on a slightly joking, bitter smile that seemed to house some of the anger she failed to contain. Cagliostro was the whole known world to her. She came to understand things by his standards, never questioned his thoughts, and instantly agreed to become the vain diva performing in his opera. And now she was mad at the godlike playwright. I could vaguely understand what that implied, but failed to make any verbal comment on it. After all, I was just so happy. The sheer bliss of having been chosen by Marie left me completely speechless. It made me feel like I finally had something I could believe in, something to turn to and make into my core. Marie was the only person who, while knowing both me and him, decided to pick me.
感謝はしてるの。あなたに会えた。彼がいなかったら今はなかったって思うとね。怖くなるし、お礼も言いたい。でも、それがレンを辛くさせてる。あの人のあなたに対する扱いが許せないの。
I grit my teeth, put up tough fronts, and bore through all the pain and fear to support my crumbling consciousness, while never letting anyone help me. I wasn't particularly proud of that. Getting self-absorbed in the misfortunes surrounding me was definitely not my thing. However, a part of me always had wanted to hear those words. Even though I was prejudiced against anyone acting whiny and spoiled, I still wished for someone to understand my suffering. I'd always been alone and guarding the very core of my own being. When my certainty in my own identity became shaky, my determination shattered and left me unable to stand on my own 2 feet. Upon seeing me like this, she...
おかしいよね。理屈になってないの。私はレンに会えて嬉しいけど、レンは私なんかと会わない方が良かった。でも、だからってさよならなんか言えないよ。
Marie pushed herself against me, making both of us cling to each other so tightly we'd be unable to stand otherwise. Were we doing it out of dependence? Maybe it was just escapism. Perhaps something else entirely? I couldn't tell. My mental state had clearly crossed the borders of reason and logic.
一緒にいたいよ。また学校に行きたい。この手を離したくないし、離さないでほしい。
She didn't have to tell me that. It was doubtful that I could let go even if I tried.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。私が悪いの。でも、嫌わないで。一緒に勝とうよ。戦おう。 私それしかできないから、それだけは誰よりレンの力になれるよ。
俺も。
I silently squeezed out my words. I was now completely certain about who and what I was, and fully understood the purpose of my being. No matter what anyone would say, this was something I decided by myself. I wouldn't waver and hesitate ever again. It was all for her sake.
俺はマリを幸せにするためだけにいるんだ。
私もレンのためだけにいるんだよ。
Words were no longer needed. Our lips intertwined with insatiable lust, as if to melt us into each other and to confirm that we had truly become one. This action was probably within Karl Kraft's design, but I couldn't even care about that anymore. He didn't matter, and neither did his words. This girl was mine, and I wasn't about to let anyone else have her. No matter what the future held, our unity was the finale, the happy end we both desired. I would love Marie in a way that would make her shine even in the distasteful plot he set out for us. For all I cared, he could give us his blessing, applaud us, ridicule us, or grind his teeth in anger or something. The fact of the matter was that he was unable to love Marie. He'd neither change nor release her. I would. I made the decision to do this, and Marie fully agreed, while he wasn't even in the equation. He could speak his monologues and turn ecstatic listening to his own voice as much as he wanted. I'd make him regret it, no matter what. Victory belonged to me and Marie. She and I were one and the same. We couldn't be parted, nor did we want to. They could watch us all they wanted. Let them dread the day we'd meet again. Karl Kraft, Reinhard Heydrich, I'll surely...
必ず勝とう。マリー。
そして
We'd return to my sunlit every day. And that meant all of us. No exceptions. I etched that promise into my heart as our dreamscape tryst came to an end. As the twilight gently cradled us, we tightly embraced each other and exchanged our warmth. And while I pleaded for time to halt, I carved the light of this moment into my very soul. Oh my...
故に良きかな。それが君らの波動なのだね。
Here I was getting ready to say, that was absolutely heartwarming. Hello, Mercurius!
我々の存在できない時空。先生受け取ったよ。胸に留めよう。では、あとはあなただ、獣殿。私は約束を果たしたぞ。あなたの全力、その総軍を見せてもらおう。
I would fight and win this with all my body, soul, and power. And I didn't care that my opponent was a million hellish souls. There was no way Marie and I could ever lose. Damn right!
よう、お目覚めかい？
Oh, morning, Shiro.
ああ、
I wouldn't give up, no matter how desperate the situation seemed. After all, I had Marie with me. She was connected to my very soul.
教会に行くぞ。邪魔するやつは潰す。
Oh boy!
了解。
It was the night on which the priest said he'd take action. Himura was surely waiting, so he had to get her to come with us, no matter what. Oh boy. Oh boy. A wish to leave. The boy recalled that as his most ancient emotion.
あなたにこれから3つほどこの場における処世術を教えましょう。
On an abrupt moment of an uncertain day, the man standing next to him spoke those words. The blond man held his hand and dragged him to his side while looking up. at the large gate before them. The boy didn't know his name, but he could tell that he was the one who had brought him here. They were standing before a castle, gaudy and majestic as any such palace should be, but also as dark and dreary as a catacomb. To the boy, it felt like the mythical place where those killed in war would gather, the hellish Valhalla of fallen champions. It was the reason why he didn't want to pass through those gates. He had a feeling that doing so would make him become just like them. The negatives and positives of such an event were alien to him. What his instincts told him was undeniable. That was his most ancient memory. The boy wished to leave. He didn't know where to and why, but he definitely wanted to distance himself from this place.
この向こうにいる者たちは、その大半があなたのことを恐れている。憎悪、期待、憐憫、好奇。
Oh dear.
細かく無論、私とて例外ではない。
Oh crap.
皆、あなたが怖いのですよ。イザーク。
Oh crap. Isak. Apparently, that was the boy's name. However, he failed to feel any affinity to it. In fact, right until this very moment, he thought himself to be no different to rocks and the like. The name of a human male, especially one with roots in Yitzhak, a word for laughter, was entirely unsuitable to him.
故に忠告その1です。喋らないこと。特に笑みは厳禁だと覚えなさい。
The man was even ordering him to behave against his name. Isak wondered what it meant for such a phrase to be worthy of being called a wisdom. Whatever the case, the man was clearly planning to take him beyond the gates. The boy understood that and dreaded the moment it would happen.
おや、震えていますね。結構、あなたも怖いですか。逃げに関してなら私も一加減ある身です。その立場から忠告その2。どこへ帰ればよいかわからぬのなら、まずは己の居場所を見つけなさい。あなたの年頃ならば母の愛などと、そうしたものを探してみるのも良いでしょう。母を飲み込んだ後に問うのです、イザーク。己が帰る場所とはどこなのかとね。
That's a weird thing to tell a child. By the way, you're going to devour your mother. What? The door opened, ignorant to Isak's aversion. He was now past the point of no return. An escape without a destination was but a violent outburst. Unless he had a place to turn to, he would never arrive at anything significant. The man told him to search for and find such a place. A reasonable proposition indeed, but the boy didn't even know if his mother existed.
そして最後の忠告です。
Hiding his voice in the creaks of the door, the mysterious man of the cloth went on in a whisper. He was acting as if his words should never be heard by anyone but them.
ここにはあなたを恐れぬ者が2人います。彼らの目を見てはいけません。以上3つ。それらを守るならば誓いましょう。私が必ずあなたを救うと。
And thus, Isak, the first Sonenkind and the child of the sun, beloved by the Obsidian Round Table, was dragged into that realm. April 10th, 1945, the period of the Reich's gradual downfall, with defeat clear on the horizon. It was the very first and last meeting where all 13 of them were present. 9 people were lined up at the sides of the path leading towards the throne, 4 women at the left and 5 men at the right. Just as the man of the cloth said, they all looked at Isak with various expressions, but at the very core they felt only one thing regarding the boy. Fear. Even though he looked no more than a boy of 10, everyone in the room saw him as a repulsive monster. The reaction was far from inappropriate. After all, he was born in August of 1942, which should only make him about old enough to begin gaining a proper awareness of the world around him. He was abnormal in both body and mind, his intellect so great that he had already mastered 6 languages. Holy shit! It was easy to see him as a standard genius, but the extent of his ability was far above standard, and more on the level of a freakish or superhuman. No one could object to calling him a monster. Thus he was feared. However, the men on the left were either too dense or prideful to show it, so they fooled themselves by hiding their fear with either curiosity or disinterest. None of them could admit to being scared of this child, and all of them concealed their true sentiments so well even they couldn't see it. The women on the left, however, had no mind to put on such airs. Searing hatred, pity, weariness, and suspicion merged with jealousy. All of these emotions were completely blatant. Even Isak himself was bewildered by their vehement obsession with his existence. He simply didn't know why it was happening. But as he looked at the women's reactions and thought them excessive, he realized that the way men saw him was strange as well. After all, there wasn't a single proper human being among them. A child who happened to grow faster than most shouldn't even begin to elicit surprise. It felt almost as likely it wasn't he they feared, but rather the circumstances of his birth. And with that, he began to understand the one question everyone in the hall shared. Who is his father?
思考
Irae Miko yo.
At that moment, his instincts told him something, and a certain realization rushed through his mind. There were 2 men who didn't fear him, the ones who he couldn't make eye contact with. He began to understand what it meant.
私は
Ignoring 2 of the warnings, he looked up into their eyes and spoke. However, he had doubts if the action was really his own. Isak felt as if someone wanted to laugh but held it back.
どちらが私の父様なのです。私はあなた方の部品でしょう。
His first emotion was a wish to leave, to escape wherever his legs guided him. The ones at the throne had a craving that prevented his. He did not know of a mother's love. Its concept was beyond his understanding. Thus, he would consume the whole world in search for it. Gladsheim, the devil's castle, was the microcosm of the world. All would be part of the chaos whirling within his Wiltal. He would create the Ark of the Covenant that would establish his law. Nothing would be forbidden to him. He wished for his love to overflow and embrace his mother. Thus, his Ananerbe, the swastika, lived in her womb as a contract. Isak wished for his successor to use the Shambhala, the Ark, to birth and emanate him, his father and his mother who melted into the swastika. He wanted his dear Sonnenkind to ask herself about the place she belonged to, as they had already consumed their mother. He beseeched her to accompany him in absorbing the palace they deemed to be the paradisiacal Valhalla. The malediction etched into their bloodline called out to them. He was once told to answer a certain question upon consuming his mother. A question about the place he'd escaped to, its whereabouts.
どこって。
Needless to say, it was. Next time on Dies Irae. Okay. This freaking novel. Okay. I'll go a little bit longer. Rhea Himura woke from a vision almost too vivid to be a dream. While trying to understand what she had just experienced, she struggled against the waking haze by trying to raise her head. The view before her felt almost like the dream she just had. It didn't seem too different in terms of how real it was. Walking into a giant castle to have an audience with a humanoid beast and a shadow graph was downright ridiculous, but her current situation was quite unreal as well.
お目覚めかな。気分はどうだ。
Oh fuck me, how you doing? Rhea was sitting in the 6th seat of the Obsidian Round Table as someone ominous called out to her. When she reflexively turned her head to the source of the voice, searing pain went throughout her whole body, making her silently moan.
無理をしない方がいい。昨晩開いたスワシカは一気に3つ。御身にかかった負担は相当だろう。私も女だ。察しがつかぬわけでもない。
Indeed. This pain and weariness was completely alien to men. The sensation was new to Rhea, for she knew its nature by instinct, as any woman surely would. It was labor pain, the anguish of birthing.
あなたは
ああ、初めましてになるのかな。エレオノーレ・フォン・ビッテンブルグ。ブレンナーとは旧知だ。楽にされよ。肺がんの絵によくし光栄だ。よければお近づきの印がてら雑談でもしないかね。
The woman grinned and placed herself in the third seat to Rhea's left. She courteously put a cigarette into her mouth, puffed it, and looked up at the tobacco smoke while squinting her eyes in a satisfied manner. The acrid fumes spread out, reached Rhea's nose and made her choke.
失礼。配慮が足りなかったか。これは癖でね。悪意はないのだ。謝罪しよう。
Wait a minute. Okay, maybe it's just the lighting, but the way this looks, it's almost like the smoke of her cigarette is melding perfectly with her hair. I don't know, I can kind of see like there is a bit of wisp of smoke sticking out there, but it almost looks like it's melding perfectly into her hair. Maybe that's just a bit of a visual change just because of the more gloomy bluish color here, but if that was an accidental, it still looks pretty good regardless.
煙が好きな将軍なんだ。火種から立ち上る煙をね。見て吸って嗅ぐと落ち着く。説明できぬが、嗜好品とは概してそういうものだろう。
Eleanor stubbed at the cigarette and affectionately looked up at the looming smoke while seemingly immersing herself in recollections of battle. Apparently, the woman brought the girl here after she had lost consciousness during the carnage at the chapel. Eleanor seemed more reasonable than Schreiber, and Rhea didn't feel any danger while being in her presence. The girl wasn't particularly averse to playing along and having a chat with her. However,
ともかく、御身に大事がないようで結構だよ。礼儀を知らん輩どもに存在な扱いを受けたのだろうが、玉体を休んじ立てまつるのは、近衛である我々の最重要任務だ。以降あなたに、血筋ほどの危害も加えさせん。ゆえ、安堵されよ。私はあなたの味方だ、テレジア。
味方
Rhea couldn't take those words at face value. They clearly had a hidden meaning to them. Neither the friendliness nor sympathy were directed exclusively at her. Her abdomen still ached, while her body became as heavy and dull as that of a woman in the last month of pregnancy. She even had doubts if she could stand by herself. It was all caused by what the woman referred to as imperial.
あなたが大事なのはここから出てくるものでしょう。
Her body would soon give birth to a certain being, and, as its container, she gained the woman's hospitality. The true imperial was the existence about to break into the world by consuming her from the inside. While bearing the pain, Rhea glared at Eleanor, who only responded with a grin.
なるほど。面影がある。そういう顔はイザークとダブルよ。どうも昔から女子供には徹底的に嫌われる星回りらしい。彼も私に懐いてはくれなかったが、あなたも私がお嫌いかな。
That's a hell of a curse there, Eleanor.
だが結構、そうしたものに好かれるのはゲス格物と古今相場が決まっている。クリストフにブレンナー、あれらがいい例だろ。
Ouch.
戯れに尋ねるが、彼らは良き父、良き母だったか。あなたは何を聞き、何を知り、何を思って今この時を迎えている。
The question made her fall silent, but not because she was unable to answer. Valeria Trifa and Lisa Brenner didn't actually tell or teach her anything. Both clearly had different reasons for it, but neither of them ever revealed the truth to her. However, Rhea would be lying if she claimed to have been completely clueless. After all,
一切年老いぬ。そんなものと十数年共に過ごし、何ら疑問を持たぬ子供がいるはずなどない。まして。
abnormalities were always easy to perceive, and children had a particularly sharp sensitivity for such things. It was impossible for anyone not to realize that the beings they saw every single day were unlike anyone else. Ray even went to school, which made it all the more easy for her normal human perception to see the people back at home as abnormal. That much was only obvious.
決定的な現場も過去に体験したのだろう。キルヒアイゼンが落ちたのは何年前だ。その際、あなたを見ているはず。少なくともレイやマレウスとすれ違うくらいはしただろう。当時は幼女だったのかね。あれらは口が軽いから犬猫の前で雑談でもするような認識のままいらぬことを口にしたと容易に想像できてしまう。
Adults often ignored the presence of children because they thought their exchanges to be above their understanding, but a child's memory could be an unexpectedly formidable thing. Younglings also had a tendency to believe anything, no matter how ludicrous it seemed.
あとは自分で調べたか予想をつけたか、あるいは血の記憶かな。己が何者であるかというのをおぼろげにでもあなたは自覚していたわけだ。たとえ半信半疑であったとしても。
Doubts which were blown away by the last couple of days.
その上で上っ面のざれ言を続けていたのは逃避かな。まあそうした心情は理解しよう。私も常識が崩れ去る瞬間というのは過去に経験しているし、否定したい気持ちわからんでもない。
When attacked by such harrowing doubts, one could only hope they were wrong and believe that all was well. More than a decade of Rhea's life was peaceful, so she deluded herself into believing it would continue on forever, wishing for it to be so.
ゆえにあれらはゲスなのだよ。痛いけな少女に夢を見せた。もろく儚い、吹けば飛ぶような虚飾と欺瞞に満ちた夢をね。それを優しさと思ってはいけない。優柔不断な先送りという答えも違う。教えようかテレジア。
The woman lowered her head and chuckled with a slight shake in her shoulders. She clearly looked at their filthy deeds with contempt, but it almost felt like she was praising them as well.
メメントモリ。それが我々とハイドリッヒを招く渇望だ。いずれ必ず到来する今を自覚すること。それを切実に願うか、避けたいと望むか。何にせよ、祈りは絶望の形をしている。そしてご存知かな。絶望とは希望が基地でない限り生まれない概念なのだよ。夢は甘かったろ、テレジア。いつか来る今日、それを叩き潰すためにゲスの戯れ遊びが続いたわけだ。転機となる第五の解放に際し、クリストフとブレンナーはここを開けた。なぜか、無論あなたを一人にするため。孤独も絶望に花を添える演出として望ましい。とまあいかがか。あくまで主観による分析だが、そう外れてはいないと思う。随分と念入りに追い詰められた身として恨み事の一つもあるかね。
Oh, I'm pretty sure she probably does. Possibly. No promises, though. Eleanor spoke with a grin, but not with ridicule. The woman only worded what she believed to be true and was by no means trying to have fun by torturing Ray. She only made the girl aware of her surroundings and circumstances, to open her eyes to the unfalsifiable reality, stripped of pretense and deceit. It was an action spurred by nothing but her own set of convictions. The other party's mannerisms made Rhea speak so calmly she surprised even herself. The girl didn't know whether she could believe the woman's conjecture, but her intuition told her that the person she spoke to wasn't the kind to lie. Yeah, Eleanor honestly doesn't even seem like... Yeah. I mean... I mean, Spine might be a bit of a liar, possibly, but I don't know. Eleanor doesn't really... Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, Eleanor doesn't seem like the kind of person to lie.
リザは私のおばあちゃんなの？
正確には曽祖母だ。私もあれとは同年なのでね。そう思うと感慨深いか。
イザークっていうのは？
ブレンナーの息子。つまりあなたの祖父だよ。初代の増年キントと言えばよいかな。
じゃあその人は？
In response...
いや、しかし定義が難しいな。どちらとも言える。
Eleanor put on an implicative grin. It didn't seem like she was hiding anything. What she said was the absolute truth. Oh shit, I feel like something's going
ハイ
right
ド
over
リ
my
ヒ教
head
の
here.
創造遺憾を我らは城と呼んでいる。イザークはそれを永久展開させたのだよ。ベルリンを生贄にしてね。
Huh. Wait a minute, so Isak is responsible for the castle being an actual constant. So, wait.
時間にも外圧にも崩されない。かっこ世界としてある以上、当然城はこちらとずれる。通常の想像なら長くとも数時間、そのあたりが限界なのだが、ハイドリヒ教のそれは60年間消えていない。今や完全に一つの異界だ。
Hell, if I didn't know any better, it's almost like Isak actually became the castle. I doubt it, but wait.
イザークの魂、その核は城にあるが、抜け殻はすでに死んだ。つまり
Eleanor cut her words short and raised an eyebrow. She then saw that Rhea's face has turned pale, to which the woman responded with a shrug.
何にせよ、心安らかにその時を待てばいい。溢れ流れいずるハイドリヒ教のベルトールと一つになるのは天上の祝福だ。皆そこで永遠に生きる。
Oh, wait. They would massacre and love each other perpetually for all time to come. The path of strife. The paradisiacal Valhalla of Gladsheim. Blandly yet proudly, Rubidob appraised her lord's world.
この国、この時代の感性では理解できんか。
Rhea had heard of the warrior's honor, take on life and death, but she was completely unable to see it as Eleanor presented.
私は私なりに同胞を愛しているよ。好き嫌いの別はあるがね。ブレンナーを殺した私も、ベイを殺したシュライバーも、殺意の根源は彼らを永遠の法友と認めているがゆえのことだ。スワスシカに飲まれた魂は黄金連星の触媒としてバルハラに召し上げられる。愛も殺意も友情も敬意も敵意も全て等価に。元来エインフェリアとはそういうものだ。殺し殺され蘇りまた殺し合う。共に億万の戦場を黄昏の果てまでかけるため比べ合うのだ、その魂を。もっとも第八解放まで勝ち残れなかった彼らは我々と同格にはなれぬがね。少なくとも最初は城にあふれるうぞうむぞうと同じ立場からのし上がらなければならん。故に願うよ。プレンナーとは馬が合わんが、あれと喧嘩ができぬせいもまた虚しい。再び私に食いかかってくる日を待ちたいと今はそんな風に思っている。
Eleanor killed Lisa with no restraint or remorse, and yet she described it as her display of camaraderie. Lisa was so dear to her that she wanted to kill her over and over again.
そして仮にそれが叶わずとも部下として従者として その魂を所有しよう。一種究極的な愛ではないかな。あなたもそうしてやればよい。手に入れたい他者はいないか。誰にも渡したくない思い人は。テレジア、あなたは来たるバルハラの流出に何を願う？
私は
Suddenly, the scene she had dreamt about drifted through her mind. The thing she desired and wanted to have as her place to turn. The world before it broke. Though decorated in falsehoods, those days were more precious to her than anything else. Her bliss was no lie. The love she felt rang true. Even though Ray knew that it could all be destroyed, she couldn't bring herself to give up on it all. If she had a place to call her Valhalla, that would certainly be it.
物語の佳境には典型というものがある。王道、故に外さないもの。
As Ray looked into herself, Eleanor gazed upwards and whispered what seemed like a monologue.
軟禁された姫に、それを囲う城壁と万人。難攻不落でありながら、その障害を突破しようと英雄は奮闘する。もしも九段の少年がここに来るなら、我らは総力を挙げて迎撃しなければならないだろう。まあ、姫は消耗著しく、見張り役など必要ないから放っておいても問題ないかな。
Eleanor's words made Rhea lose hers. Like bullets, they pierced her heart, bringing her into a daze, even making her forget how to breathe. What the woman meant by that was...
ああ、せめてクリストフがこの場にいれば、奴に守りを任せるところなのだがね。やれやれ。この非常時に、どこで油を売っているのやら。
Probably sitting in a seat, having a bowl of popcorn, watching the entire thing unfold. Eleanor grinned as she began to fade, and while throwing a sidelong glance at Rhea, she ended the exchange with the same hypocritical courtesy she had throughout the duration of it.
ともあれ、なかなか有意義な時間だったよ。私だけが喋り続けたようでいささか心苦しいがね。恩義に幸あれ、増年金と。遠くない未来、バルハラで皆と語り明かそうではないか。
And with that, she disappeared like smoke, leaving behind only the echo of her chuckle.
私
What should she do? What could she do? That was a clear invitation. Eleanor was instigating her. The woman implied that she would turn a blind eye to anything the girl would do. She placed her shaking hands on the armrest and gave her all to make her burdened body stand up.
動ける。
She could still stand, move, walk, and stay herself. However,
藤井君。
she wanted to see him, to be with him. Rhea was attracted to the idea of being the princess waiting for her prince, the chained heroine dreaming of the moment he would come to save her. But
来ちゃダメ。死んじゃう。
the Gold's Imperial Guard were immortal Einarjars. There was no way he could break through all of them at once. Ren was a fool who, knowing that Rhea was imprisoned here, would rush to her side without hesitation, and she wanted to prevent that, no matter what. Her wish to see him was undeniable. Rhea wanted to meet up with him, cling to him, and profess her love as he hugged her tight. But that was exactly why she didn't want him to die.
ごめんね。本当にごめんなさい。
Tears ran down her cheeks. Hers was an unrequited love, indeed. But heartbreak so warped couldn't have been common. She believed anyone else would do the same in her shoes, and assumed there wasn't anything strange about her actions. When Ray left the church, the battalion commanders would likely split up. She was clearly bait meant to attract someone. Specifically, Valeria Trifa.
だから、もう君には会えない。
Carnage would follow in her footsteps, so she couldn't possibly go where Ren was. However, in exchange for such a sacrifice, Rhea wanted to go to the place where she could feel him better than anywhere else. She wanted to end it all while embracing the memories of her dearest sunshine. Rhea struggled against the burden on her body and hurriedly dragged her feet to her destination. She had the equivalent of 3 nuclear bombs following her. They would be no danger to Ren as long as she avoided him, but there was another man who obsessed over the Sonnenkind. The girl didn't know what would become of him when they met, but she didn't care about it as long as Ren was safe. There were lots of things she wanted Lisa to tell her, but she knew full well that it was best if they never met again. However, Rhea couldn't let go of one very specific question.
どうして私、あなたに比べて、あの人が苦手なんだろう。
Upon further thought, she realized she had always felt that way. Even though it was all a farce, they lived like a family for many years, and the way either of them treated her was never radically different. For better or worse, they both were a good replacement to proper parents. And yet, while she could feel at ease with one of them, Rhea couldn't get used to the other, no matter how hard she tried. It wasn't because the priest had been out of touch with her for a whole 11 years. She just had a natural lack of affinity for him. Rhea had always seen him in a different light compared to Lisa. It wasn't a matter of likes or dislikes. She had feelings indivisible by such dualities about both Trifa and Lisa. However, there was one thing she was certain about. Even if it meant saving Ren, Rhea wouldn't be able to lead the battalion commanders to Lisa. She was about to make the priest encounter beings who claimed that murder was love. Rhea wondered why she had the capacity to be so cold to him. It wasn't like she held a grudge against him. In fact, he treasured her more than Lisa ever did. Why then? How could she do this? She just didn't know.
父親って何？
That question suddenly slipped through her lips. Rhea heard that fathers were often unreasonably ostracized and disrespected by their children, but didn't feel like her actions were on the same level. He wasn't even her father, after all. That was when
そうだ。
she became aware of a certain pitfall. If Lisa was her great-grandmother, who was her great-grandfather? Who fathered Isak, the boy she saw in her dream? Suddenly, Rhea had a flashback. Which one of you is my father? Taken aback, she nearly fell to the ground. The thought that flew into her mind was so harrowing she couldn't help bashing her head against the wall in a vain attempt to destroy it. She tried to deny it with all of her being.
違うよね、リザ。違うと言ってよ。
She felt like she could drop to her knees at any moment, never to get up again. The panic-made thoughts diffused throughout her brain, bringing another memory to light. In the dream, when she passed the gates as Isak, all 13 of the knights of the obsidian round table were gathered there. The beast sat on the throne with Mercury at his side. Machina, Bay, Schreiber, Spine, and Tubal-Cain were lined up at the right. On the left were the recently acquainted Samiel, the late Valkyria, Lisa, and Malleus. With the inclusion of Isak, the number reached 12, but then... where was the 13th?
あなたにこれから3つほどこの場における処世術を教えましょう。
Who was the man dragging Isak's hand? Ray didn't recognize him at all. Isak's thoughts described him as a man of the cloth he didn't know by name, and the girl played along with that evaluation. Was it him? Was he the same priest? Why was his visage so radically different? Who was the number 3 of the Obsidian Round Table? What was the nature of the man they called the Divine Vessel? The original Trifa. Bearing through the chills and the headache, Rhea grabbed her hair and pulled hard enough to make blood flow down her forehead.
この中に。
Her blood likely carried the DNA of the devil. It was an assumption without a shred of evidence, but she felt like everything would make sense if it was true.
私、生きてちゃダメだ。
It wasn't the first time she had such a thought, but now she knew that it was the very same memento mori that summoned and led the devils in their legions. Sobs of despair escaped her mouth. No matter what she did, she couldn't break free of Karl Kraft's Ars Magna. Even so, no, exactly because of that, she had to get some answers from the priest. Rhea left the chamber of the Obsidian Round Table, weeping silently. She was aware that anything she'd attempt could be for naught. However, the girl couldn't choose to just sit and wait. If there existed one feeling she was certain of, it was her wish to keep Ren alive. Walking through the stony corridors sparked a hint of deja vu in the back of Rhea's mind. There was no trace of Lisa's presence anymore, the one that vexed her a short while ago. The lack of it felt painfully dreary and disheartening. Even though Rhea was the sacrifice to give birth to the miracle of resurrection, it was hard for her to thoroughly look down on Lisa for seeking it.
で、だからどうだってんだよ、お前。
I've gone on long enough. Jesus fuck. I need to, I'm just going to, thank you all very much for watching, and I'm going to go lay down, just, yeah. It started off all heartwarming, and then it immediately just tore me asunder. I wasn't ready for that. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm just gonna go lay down for a little bit, and I'll see you guys next time. Fuck. Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.